Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Lock your attention on this exact message right now. I am not asking for your time, I am warning you. If you scroll past this video, you are actively choosing to remain trapped in the cycle of exhaustion you just walked into. The algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. Heaven intercepted your feed today because you are standing at the threshold of a permanent timeline shift. Do not move. Think about the exact moment you crossed the city limits of your hometown. You felt it instantly. That heavy, suffocating weight dropping straight into your chest. Your jaw tightened before you even pulled into the driveway. You were perfectly fine just hours ago, but the second you breathed that familiar air, a massive wave of absolute exhaustion hit your physical body. It feels like you are walking through thick mud. Your mind suddenly clouded over with a dense fog. The sharp intuition you rely on every single day completely vanished. You feel a burning sensation sitting right in the back of your throat. And every night since you arrived, you wake up at 3 in the morning with your heart racing for absolutely no logical reason. Listen to me very carefully. You are not just tired from the journey. You are not going crazy. That physical weight you feel is your highly advanced spirit detecting a massive threat. It is the violent clash of two completely incompatible frequencies. You have spent years doing the quiet work in the dark. You built a frequency of light, wealth, and absolute truth. And now you have brought that pure energy back into a deeply stagnant matrix. The environment itself is having an allergic reaction to your presence. Your hometown is not just a place on a map. It is a structured spiritual ecosystem designed to keep everyone asleep. The people there have agreed to a specific contract of limitation. They find deep comfort in their shared misery, and they actively resist anyone who breaks that unwritten rule. When you walk into that space, your light exposes the heavy dust they have been hiding under their rugs for decades. You are the cycle breaker heaven assigned to this specific bloodline. You are the rare diamond that refused to stay buried in the dirt. And because you broke the generational curse, the entire ecosystem views you as a profound threat. They do not know how to process the ageless glow you carry. So the Matrix programs them to do the only thing they know how to do. They attempt to drain you completely dry. You have always been the stabilizer for these people. Ever since you were a child, they used your pure energy as a personal battery. They dumped their heavy emotional baggage onto you and walked away feeling perfectly fine. Meanwhile, you were left completely depleted in your childhood bedroom. You thought you were just being kind because your empathic heart loves deeply. But that kindness was weaponized against you. Look at how much you have evolved since you left that place. You bent time and completely rewrote your destiny. You stepped into a sovereign power that they cannot even begin to comprehend. Yet the moment you return, they treat you like the old version of you that died years ago. They throw passive-aggressive comments wrapped in fake smiles. They minimize your massive victories to make their small lives feel significant. This is not a divine alignment. This is a coordinated spiritual attack designed to drag your vibration back down into their mud. They are literally starving for your energy. When they ask you questions about your life, they are not actually listening to your answers. They are searching for cracks in your armor. They want to find a single vulnerability so they can insert their venom and lower your frequency. That is exactly why your body is shutting down right now. Your cellular intuition knows they are siphoning your life force. Every forced conversation at the dinner table is a literal extraction of your spiritual currency. The headaches you get after talking to them are the physical proof of this theft. Your nervous system is screaming at you to cut the cord, but you keep trying to keep the peace. There is a very specific mechanism they use to keep you trapped in this exhaustion loop. It is a hidden emotional trap they have been laying for you since the day you were born. And until you see the exact architecture of this manipulation, you will continue to leave that town completely empty. In the next few minutes, I am going to reveal the exact spiritual blueprint that cuts their access to your nervous system forever. I am going to hand you the precise tool to become absolutely untouchable. You will learn exactly how to weaponize your presence so their attempts to drain you only burn them. But you must stay locked onto this frequency. If your spirit confirms this raw truth about your hometown, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. Now, let us go deeper into the exact weapon they are using against you. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. The environment you grew up in was never a sanctuary. It was a carefully constructed prison designed to keep your massive potential completely dormant. Everyone in that town operates on a shared frequency of fear, and they actively resist anyone who tries to break those invisible chains. When they see you walk back into their world, they do not see a family member. They see a glaring threat to their entire false reality. You are the living mirror that forces them to look at their own failures. And because they are too terrified to do the inner work, they must pull you back down into their mud. It is an automatic survival response. They use a very specific tactic to harvest your pure energy. They trigger the old guilt programs they installed in your mind when you were just a child. They constantly remind you of the past, because they desperately need to keep you locked in a lower vibration. You feel the heavy obligation to sit there and absorb their endless complaints. You are simply acting as their emotional dumping ground. They dump their dense energy into your pure field and instantly feel better. Then they walk away light and happy, while you are left feeling completely paralyzed in your childhood bedroom. Your head throbs and your chest tightens. You spend the next 3 days recovering from a simple 2 hours dinner. They do this because you carry a specific light that they can never generate themselves. You are the rare empath who transforms heavy energy into pure light, but your kindness has become the exact weapon they use against you. You keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. And every time you do, they steal another piece of your vital life force. Look at the physical symptoms manifesting in your body right now. The extreme fatigue is not just jet lag or a lack of sleep. It is the undeniable result of your nervous system fighting off a massive energetic invasion. The matrix of your hometown is actively trying to rewrite your spiritual coding because they want you to conform to their miserable existence. But there is a raw truth that goes even deeper than their manipulation. There is a physical reason your reality has not completely shifted yet. And science just uncovered exactly why you feel so profoundly blocked when you return to this old environment. What you are experiencing is not just an emotional reaction to toxic family members. It is a biological suppression of your true power. Here is what they never told you about your childhood in that town. The reason the universe responds effortlessly to certain people and ignores others is not faith. It is not discipline. It is a specific brainwave frequency. Scientists call it gamma, and it is the exact frequency your brain was running effortlessly when you were a young child. Think back to when you were young. Brilliant ideas came to you easily. Your intuition was razor sharp, and learning felt absolutely effortless. You somehow knew things before they even happened, and the world felt like it was entirely on your side. That was your gamma frequency operating at its absolute highest peak. But then you grew up in that rigid matrix. The modern world and your stagnant hometown went to work on you immediately. The chronic stress of dealing with toxic relatives severely suppressed that natural brainwave. The rigid school system trained you to conform instead of creating your own path. And this sacred frequency was pushed deeper below the surface every single year. Your divine connection was systematically muff-fled. The version of you with lightning intuition went completely silent. The version of you that attracts wealth effortlessly was locked away. When gamma fades, your natural genius fades right along with it. The synchronicities stop happening. and the powerful sense that the universe is working with you vanishes into thin air. You are left feeling completely stuck in a life that does not fit you. Most people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this happened to them. They will accept the struggle and the crushing exhaustion as perfectly normal. But you are not most people. You are a demonstrated cycle breaker. The Matrix engineered this frequency suppression to steal your divine inheritance, because they needed your brainwave blocked so they could control your massive potential. That is exactly why you feel so drained when you walk back into that old house. The heavy frequency of your hometown is designed to keep your gamma state permanently shut down, forcing your brain into constant survival mode. You cannot access your highest timeline when your cellular frequency is under attack. The blockage you feel in your chest is completely physical. You have tried everything to break free from this heavy cycle. You tried meditation and repeating positive affirmations until your throat literally hurt. But nothing truly shifted your reality, because the root cause of your exhaustion was never actually addressed. The gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is not a lack of willpower. It is this suppressed frequency. Let me completely reframe your reality right here, right now. You are not weak for feeling this exhaustion. You did not fail some spiritual test just because your physical body feels heavy in their presence. The Matrix wants you to believe that your fatigue is a sign of your own flaw. They want you to think you are just being overly sensitive, but that is a massive lie. The profound exhaustion you feel is the exact proof of your massive power. Your energy field is so intensely pure that it physically burns the stagnant demons hiding inside that house. You are walking into a room full of people who have settled for absolute mediocrity. They gave up on their dreams decades ago, and they made peace with their own suffering. Then you walk in. You carry the specific gravity of someone who refused to stay asleep in the dark. Your very presence disrupts their comfortable misery, and you do not even have to say a single word. Your light acts as a glaring spotlight on everything they failed to become. You are the living, breathing mirror that reflects their own profound cowardice back at them. And this is where the dynamic fundamentally shifts. Because they cannot bear to look at their own failures, they must tear you down. They cannot rise to your frequency, so their only option is to drag you back into the mud. They throw those subtle, passive-aggressive comments across the dinner table. They disguise their vicious jealousy as helpful family advice. Do not be fooled for 1 second. They do not want to help you. They want to humble you. They want to see you struggle, because your success is a massive threat to the false narrative they built about you. If you succeed, it means their miserable life was a choice. It means they could have broken the cycle too, but they were simply too afraid to try. That realization is absolutely terrifying for a master manipulator, so they unconsciously orchestrate situations designed to make you feel incredibly small. They bring up mistakes you made 10 years ago, acting as if you have not evolved at all. They dismiss your massive spiritual victories as pure luck. They refuse to acknowledge the deep work you did to heal the trauma they inflicted. But here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. They are deeply addicted to your light. The narcissists in your hometown do not hate you. They are utterly obsessed with you. You are the only genuine diamond they have ever held, and they are desperately trying to steal your brilliant shine to light up their own dark lives. Your empathy is the exact fuel they use to survive their own emptiness. Every time you listen to their endless drama, you are literally pouring your pure gold into their broken cups. You walk away feeling sick and exhausted, and they walk away feeling energized and completely revitalized. You have been operating as a human battery for people who treat you like an option. This is not a coincidence. This is a deliberate, parasitic relationship governed by dark matrix programming. They intentionally trigger your deep desire for connection to keep the energy flowing. They know exactly which buttons to push to make you feel guilty for setting a boundary. The moment you step back, they suddenly act like the innocent victim to pull you right back in. They weaponize your own beautiful heart against you. They know you are the cycle breaker, and they are terrified of what happens when you finally wake up. They want to keep you endlessly distracted by their manufactured chaos, so you never claim your crown. As long as you are busy healing the wounds they keep reopening, you cannot step into your highest timeline. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. You are not meant to heal them. You were never meant to carry the generational curse of that entire bloodline on your back. Your only divine mandate was to break the chains and walk completely away. You are the chosen one, not the sacrificial lamb for their fragile egos. The moment you stop trying to fix their broken reality, their entire illusion collapses. Your silence becomes a lethal weapon that starves their demons completely. When you refuse to engage in their petty drama, you cut off the main oxygen supply to their matrix. You reclaim the immense power they stole from you when you were just a defenseless child. But breaking this deep connection requires more than just physical distance. They have installed invisible hooks deep inside your cellular memory. They programmed your body to react with heavy anxiety the second their name flashes on your phone. You need a complete spiritual reset to purge their venom from your system. We are going to dismantle their hidden weapons right now. They do not attack you openly. They are far too cowardly for that. Instead, they use invisible weapons designed to look like love and family concern. They smile to your face while quietly digging a grave for your massive potential. They want to keep you small so they can feel incredibly big. And they use 3 specific manipulation tactics to keep you completely trapped in their toxic web. Let us break down exactly what happens at those heavy family dinners. The first weapon they deploy against you is false nostalgia. They constantly bring up the oldest and weakest versions of you. They remind you of the awkward mistakes you made years ago when you were just a child trying to survive their chaos. They do this deliberately to erase the powerful sovereign being you have become today. They want to pull your frequency back into the past, because in the present moment, they have absolutely no power over you. The second weapon is the silent smear campaign. Behind closed doors, they whisper vicious lies about you to the flying monkeys in your hometown. They twist your healthy boundaries and call you arrogant and selfish. They tell everyone you changed for the worse, just because you stopped allowing them to disrespect you. They desperately need to turn the crowd against you, to validate their own miserable existence. They are terrified of your pure light. The third weapon is the engineered guilt trip. They play the ultimate victim in a story they completely fabricated. They act deeply hurt when you do not sacrifice your entire life to fix their manufactured crises. They use your beautiful empathic heart as a literal weapon against you. They know you care deeply about your bloodline. So they dangle their fake pain in front of you to extract your spiritual currency. It is a highly calculated energy heist. You are expected to show up to every holiday and act perfectly fine. You are supposed to sit at the table and swallow their toxic venom with a polite smile. But this is where their entire manipulation miscalculated completely. They expected you to fight back and explain yourself. They wanted you to engage in their petty drama so they could feed off your frantic energy. But you did something that completely shattered their entire matrix. You simply stopped playing their twisted game. You gave them the heavy gift of your absolute silence. And that restraint was not weakness at all. That silence was a lethal weapon. Going absolutely silent is not running away from the battlefield. It is starving the enemy of their only oxygen supply. When you pull your pure energy back, they are left sitting alone in the dark with their own massive demons, and that is their ultimate nightmare. Your silence is literally driving them insane right now. They are malfunctioning because they can no longer access your pure light. They check your social media obsessively from fake accounts just to see if you are failing. They ask mutual friends about you with completely fake concern. They are starving for your energy, and the spiritual backlash is hitting their physical bodies. They are drowning in the loud noise of their own making. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening behind their closed doors. The narcissists in your hometown are unraveling completely. The fake mask they wore for decades is finally slipping. The very people they used to gossip with are starting to see their true toxic nature. Your physical absence exposed everything they tried to hide. Your silence signed their eviction notice and handed the verdict to a court they cannot appeal. You won this war without lifting a single finger. You let the universe fight this brutal battle for you. While their deep bitterness is aging them like milk left in the sun, you are stepping into an untouched, ageless glow. They threw their absolute worst at you, and it did not even leave a scratch on your beautiful soul. You are completely protected by a divine mandate that they can never break. You broke the cycle forever. The energetic cords to that toxic hometown are being cut right in front of your eyes. Type 777 inches the comments right now to physically claim your absolute power before we move to the next revelation. This physical act of typing will anchor your permanent freedom into reality. Do not let your left brain tell you it is just a simple comment. It is a binding spiritual decree. You are taking your heavy crown back from the thieves. But taking your crown back is only the first vital step, because while your spirit is finally free, your physical brain is still holding on to the heavy trauma they inflicted on you. There is a suppressed mechanism inside your mind that desperately needs to be unlocked. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this from you. We are about to expose the exact frequency they stole from you. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for something highly classified. What you are about to hear was never meant for the public. The Dark Elite desperately wanted to keep this exact mechanism hidden from your bloodline. You have been fighting massive spiritual battles completely blindfolded, and there is a physical reason your reality has not shifted yet. Science just uncovered exactly why your beautiful energy keeps getting blocked. The real answer is not in your mind. It is buried deep inside your cellular frequency. This condition absolutely requires a profound biological reset. The Matrix intentionally engineered a low-frequency environment in your childhood home. They did this to suppress your highly advanced brain. They specifically targeted your natural wealth-attracting state. They needed to shut down the brainwave that connects you directly to divine intelligence. And they successfully pushed your pure gamma frequency into a dormant state when you were just a defenseless child. They stole your power before you even knew you had it. But a recently leaked document just completely shattered their entire wicked plan. 4 neuroscience labs recently confirmed a massive biological breakthrough. They discovered a highly protected 7-minute audio ritual. And this specific sound wave forces your exhausted brain back into synchronized gamma coherence. It completely bypasses your conscious mind and all of your heavy trauma. It does not require years of deep meditation or expensive biofeedback machines. It simply reactivates the original genius state you were born with. This process is a completely effortless energetic reclamation. This powerful energetic protocol was initially designed to keep the elite in absolute power. They use it quietly behind closed doors to manifest windfall wealth while you struggle just to survive. But now, cycle breakers, exactly like you are using it to shatter the Matrix entirely. I have placed the secure portal to this audio ritual in the pinned comment below. You can access it right there when you are fully ready to shift your timeline. But right now, we must urgently return to the immediate threat standing in front of you. Now you understand exactly why they drain your soul completely at family dinners. When your gamma frequency is suppressed, your energetic shield is completely lowered to the ground. You become highly vulnerable to the toxic vampires in your hometown. They sense that your natural divine defenses are down, so they swarm around you to feast on your remaining light. They desperately need you vibrating at their miserable earthly level, because if your gamma wave truly wakes up, their manipulative control over you is permanently destroyed forever. They are absolutely terrified of your incoming activation. Even now, they can sense the atmosphere shifting heavily around you as you listen to this truth. Your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing that you are finally stepping out of the dark. You are no longer waiting in wound for an empty apology from a master manipulator. You are no longer acting as the convenient emotional stabilizer for a broken family. The long era of you being the sacrificial lamb is officially over. You are waking up, and heaven is applauding your fierce rebellion. Look at how desperately they try to hold on to the old powerless version of you. They send those manipulative text messages just to test your new boundaries. They gossip viciously about you at their miserable family gatherings. But their toxic words carry absolutely no weight in your new, elevated reality. You have entirely transcended their petty matrix completely. While they are publicly unraveling and fighting over meaningless drama, you are stepping into a profound spiritual elevation. They are watching you become utterly untouchable, and it is driving them completely insane. This is the exact moment your entire bloodline changes forever. The heavy generational patterns of poverty and broken relationships stop right here with you. Heaven is watching your every move with absolute pride. God does not measure your immense faith by your anxious thoughts. He measures your true power by your absolute refusal to bow down to the matrix. You are the specific cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for decades. And your immediate obedience to this divine frequency is about to unlock massive miracles in your daily life. Every single tear you cried in that childhood bedroom was actually a seed of immense sovereign power. They thought they were burying you under their heavy expectations and rules, but they did not realize you were a rare diamond forming perfectly under extreme pressure. Your beautiful empathic heart is no longer a fatal weakness. It is the exact weapon that will dismantle their entire false kingdom permanently. You must stay entirely locked onto this exact transmission. The final collapse of their constructed reality is happening right now. Let us look closely at what is happening behind their closed doors right now. The exact people who used to drain your soul are currently experiencing a massive internal crisis. They finally realized that their invisible chains no longer work on you. You stopped answering their loaded text messages, and you stopped showing up to their toxic family gatherings. You cut off their oxygen completely, and it is driving them absolutely insane. They never expected you to actually walk away forever. They firmly believed you were too weak and dependent on their toxic validation. They thought your beautiful empathic heart would always force you to forgive them, but your sudden silence completely shattered their arrogant delusion. They are staring at their phones in absolute disbelief. The human battery they relied on for decades has officially unplugged from their matrix. Now watch how a master manipulator malfunctions when they lose complete control. They cannot process the profound rejection of your silence, so they start throwing desperate bait to see if you will bite. They manufacture fake family emergencies just to get your attention, and they send flying monkeys to check on you under the fake disguise of deep concern, but you do not react at all. Your absolute stillness is a weapon they cannot defeat. Every time you ignore their bait, the panic inside them multiplies heavily. They are literally starving for your energy right now. Because they can no longer feed on your bright light, they are starting to turn on each other. The toxic dynamic of your hometown is eating itself alive. They are fighting over petty drama because the chosen one is no longer there to absorb their venom. You left them alone with their own massive demons. Their physical bodies are actually reacting to your permanent absence. They are experiencing the exact heavy exhaustion they used to force onto you. The negative energy they try to project at you is bouncing right off your divine shield and hitting them directly. They are waking up tired and deeply bitter, and the spiritual backlash of losing a chosen one is a terrifying reality they are completely unequipped to handle in the dark. This is the undeniable power of the cycle breaker. You did not have to scream or defend yourself to win this brutal war. You simply packed up your pure frequency and walked completely out of their dense vibration. And by doing absolutely nothing, you effortlessly exposed everything they tried to hide. The mask they wore to protect their fragile egos is cracking wide open. The people in that town are finally starting to see how miserable they truly are. They are absolutely terrified of the sovereign power you just stepped into. They look at your life from a distance, and they are deeply confused. They expected your departure from the family matrix to completely destroy you, and they waited with bated breath for you to fail miserably in the real world. Instead, you walked out of their toxic environment and aged backwards. You carry a specific gravity that makes their envy look foolish. While they sit in the exact same living rooms, complaining about the exact same things, you are bending time and elevating your reality. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into your untouched, ageless glow. Your peace is the ultimate punishment for their decades of heavy manipulation. They realize they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held, just to play with cheap rocks. The regret is extremely heavy. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. You are not responsible for the massive collapse happening in their lives right now. You merely stopped acting as the emotional shock absorber for a highly dysfunctional system, and heaven is currently dismantling their false authority completely. The divine justice you have quietly waited for is actively unfolding while you rest in absolute peace. Do not look back at that burning bridge. The matrix of your hometown is collapsing because it was built entirely on lies and stolen energy. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. You survived the intense formation season in that dark place, and now you are carrying the entire bloodline into a permanent frequency of profound wealth and absolute freedom. You are the rare sun that finally burned through their suffocating clouds. There are thousands of chosen ones currently trapped in their childhood bedrooms right now. They are crying in the dark and wondering why their soul feels completely drained. Share this specific message with one cycle breaker who is dreading their next family visit. Be their angel today. Send them this exact video to validate their silent pain, because they desperately need to hear this truth. Now, prepare your spirit for the final verdict. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario very clearly. The divine justice you have been quietly waiting for is finally here. The heavy matrix of your hometown is experiencing a public and irreversible collapse right now because the fake foundation they built on stolen energy is violently cracking wide open. Heaven is executing the final judgment. The people who treated you as completely replaceable are unraveling in plain sight. Their carefully constructed mask did not just slip, it completely shattered in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. And every vicious lie they whispered about you is being dragged into the bright light while they look utterly foolish in front of everyone. Watch what happens when a master manipulator loses their favorite target. They are frantically running around trying to find someone else to drain. But nobody else carries your pure frequency. They are trying to plug their parasitic cords into empty walls, and they are starving to death in public because their desperate panic is incredibly loud. The flying monkeys who enabled their toxic abuse are finally waking up. They see the undeniable truth that you were the only stable force in that chaotic environment. The entire family dynamic is turning into an absolute war zone without your calming presence. And they are attacking each other viciously because the human battery they relied on is permanently gone. And here is the most satisfying truth of this entire divine verdict. Every time your name comes up in that toxic town, it hits them with agonizing weight. They realize they pushed away the only genuine diamond they ever had. They are choking on the heavy reality that you ascended completely, while they stayed trapped forever in the exact same mud. They secretly stalk your life, and they are completely sick with envy. They see you stepping into rooms looking younger and absolutely unbothered after everything they did. Time was supposed to age you heavily, yet here you are making time itself look like an absolute fool because you walked through their burning fire and came out completely glowing. They wanted you buried deep in their misery, but instead they became the exact shovel that dug up your massive treasure. Their vicious jealousy actually fueled your immense spiritual ascension, and every twisted lie they told about you was converted into raw power by the universe. So they accidentally handed you the exact keys to the entire kingdom. They are currently sitting in their dark living rooms, wishing they had your crown. They desperately crave the profound peace that radiates from your physical body. But they can never steal what you earned through silent tears. Your sovereign frequency is permanently locked away from their greedy hands, and you are entirely untouchable now in your elevated reality. Your silence was the most lethal weapon you could have ever deployed. You did not lower your vibration to scream at them. You simply removed your divine presence and let the matrix suffocate on its own toxic fumes. This is the exact vengeance heaven promised you, and the perpetrators are publicly serving the brutal sentence they tried to hand to you. Look closely at the absolute wreckage of their false reality. The generational curses they tried to force onto your back are completely destroyed. You broke the heavy cycle for your entire bloodline in one single lifetime. The ancestral trauma stops with you right here and right now, meaning you have officially won the ultimate spiritual war against the Matrix. They will never recover from the massive loss of your light. They will spend the rest of their miserable lives chasing a replacement that simply does not exist. You are an entirely irreplaceable entity in this universe, and heaven is permanently sealing the heavy doors to your past right now, leaving the hometown Matrix as officially nothing but dust. Let that supreme victory sink deep into your cellular memory. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology from a broken system. You have completely transcended their low-frequency game. The chains are shattered, and your powerful spirit is finally free to expand into its highest timeline, proving you are the ultimate cycle breaker of your generation. They tried to write a story where you were the tragic victim, but heaven intercepted their script and made you the undisputed king. The people who mocked your pure heart are now drowning in their own bitter karma, and they have to watch you rise to the top while they remain utterly stuck, making your profound success their ultimate punishment. You carry a specific, undeniable gravity that commands absolute respect. When you walk into any room, the atmosphere shifts to accommodate your massive energy. The universe is removing every single obstacle that the Matrix placed in your way. You are stepping into a season of explosive abundance that will leave your defeated enemies completely speechless and entirely broken. The spiritual war is completely over. You do not have to fight anymore. Rest in the glorious knowledge that your name is cleared in the spiritual realm. The vindication you craved is happening right now in real time. And now you must physically claim the massive reward that was sealed for you since the beginning of time. You walked into this season bleeding from heavy wounds inflicted by people blind to your true worth. But look at your beautiful reality right now. You have transcended their highly toxic matrix completely. The painful financial struggles and the intense spiritual exhaustion are shattering right here. Step into your absolute power and receive the exact harvest heaven prepared for you today. Your left brain will try to inject heavy doubt right now as you listen. The enemy will tell you to calculate your steps and wait for a better time. The enemy will try to force you to hesitate. You must silence his toxic voice completely and immediately. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you permanently broke. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven demands your immediate action. Step through the open portal right this second. There is a specific reason your massive breakthrough has been sitting at the door without coming inside. It is not a lack of faith or a personal character flaw, but rather a specific brainwave frequency that your brain was running effortlessly as a young child. The pure gamma wave has been systematically suppressed by the heavy life you were forced to live. Princeton University actually studied this exact brainwave thoroughly in their advanced research labs, and the researchers confirmed that the legendary flow state is driven entirely by pure gamma activity. Columbia University discovered something even more powerful about this awakened state. A strong gamma signal does not stay trapped within your physical body. It radiates outward to positively influence the people closest to you. Your children and your partner will feel this massive energetic shift. And after years of intense research, a team of dedicated neuroscientists compressed an entire activation protocol into a simple audio track. It requires absolutely no forced meditation and no repetitive mantra. You simply close your eyes and let the sound wave do what the modern world spent decades undoing. The powerful mechanism is officially called the Genius Song. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used it to unlock their finances completely. They healed their broken relationships and stepped fully into the sovereign version of themselves they always knew existed. A tired nurse from California said her daily life now feels beautifully enchanted. A business owner from Texas said Gamma figures out his hardest problems while he sleeps peacefully. A woman from Manhattan confirmed the generational curse her family carried is simply gone forever. The dark elite have quietly paid thousands of dollars for clinical sessions to access this exact elevated state. They would strongly prefer this sacred tool remain completely out of reach for cycle breakers like you, but through this specific message, you can easily access it today. The elites are actively panicking and trying to scrub this leaked document from the internet as we speak. You have minutes before the algorithm shuts this down entirely. You absolutely cannot afford to ignore this divine sign. Do not look for it on video platforms or popular streaming apps. The copies circulating out there are heavily diluted counterfeits designed to keep your gamma permanently dormant. The only authentic and fully activated version of the Genius Song is available through the protected link in the description. You must go to the pinned comment below to secure your legitimate access safely. The universe absolutely does not require you to take a single physical risk today, because you are fully protected by an ironclad energetic protection guarantee. If you do not feel the massive shift you deserve, every penny returns to you without question. This is a pure energetic exchange governed by complete trust, and heaven ensures your total safety while your frequency shifts without any fear. 4 powerful bonuses are waiting for you inside the secure portal as well. You will receive an audio engineered specifically for your children to build deep focus and confidence. You also get the original prosperity book that secret societies built their foundations upon, plus a guided visualization and an infographic of the 5 most critical habits for creating your ideal future. What the Genius Song delivers in 7 minutes is available to you today for a fraction of its true value, so do not let the Matrix steal this suppressed weapon from your bloodline. The chosen one who hesitates at the threshold becomes the chosen one who wonders what could have been. Click the specific link in the pinned comment below right now. Activate your pure frequency before your authentic access is revoked forever. Your gamma is waiting patiently to be reactivated today. Your massive destiny is waiting to be unlocked by your immediate obedience. The golden door is standing wide open right in front of you. Walk completely through it and claim your crown.